What's going on, YouTube? We did it. We're live. So imagine this, right? 4 o'clock, 4:15. You might think to yourself, I'm going to stream at 5:15. I'll just get set up early so I can get some paperwork done and relax. And then bang, the computer stops working. The camera gets fried. The USB ports stop working on the computer. I turn back on. I end up running to Officeworks and grabbing another camera. I'm continuity testing USB cables to try and figure out what the heck is going on. Spending a ton of time on Reddit trying to figure out what a code 64 means on my motherboard. And here we are. I have no idea. I mean, I was going to say I've got no idea. I've got a fair idea why there's so many electrical problems. But I don't know if I'm built for it. I don't know if I'm built for it at all. So, I think my motherboard is dying in my computer. So the other day, the network plug stopped working. I stopped being able to connect to the internet, and now all the USB 2.0 ports on the computer are not working. So the entire computer is just a whole bunch of PCI adapters right now. But yeah, so the stream looked like it wasn't going to happen for a short time there. But I persist, and obviously. Chris is here. G'day, Chris. Thanks for coming along tonight. Normally I like to sort of sit down and make sure the welding situation is working, but I haven't had that option, all things being spoken about. I want to follow up on the TIG cup from last night. So last night we tested this TIG cup, and got some pretty mixed results. I think I ended the night not feeling very happy about it. Today I spoke to the owner of TIG, the guy who actually makes these, and he informed me that this particular one that I've got is an old version, and the wobbling and the issues that I was having are well known in this older version. And there's an updated model that's very different, or a fair bit different to this. So I'm going to get my hands on one of those, and we'll come back to the TIG cup. I'm obviously very interested in supporting Australian made and Australian businesses. So I sort of scrubbed through the stream last night and thought I gave it a bit of a bad, unintentional, but I had the owner reach out. Sounds like a top dude, worth supporting, so I will try his updated version, and we will do that on stream. And he also let me know that this back cap that we got is also an old version as well, and the new version, I mentioned last night that I had a very hard time gripping it because it's very smooth and shiny. It is Teflon, and the new version has some ribs in it to make it a bit easier to grip. So we'll investigate that stuff later down the track, but I wanted to sort of make note of that publicly, because I don't want my previous video to not have a follow-up, and upcoming videos will definitely do on the TIG products. We do still have the other cups coming from the other supplier. Obviously, we're trying to get Australia all the way. So, I don't know why. The evident why, but I'm half expecting the stream to be short because of all the electrical problems, and I'm not really confident in the setup tonight. So we'll see how it goes. I have, you see a big glob of blue tack there. I have grabbed a new camera for the welding helmet, and I have done zero setting up as far as checking if it's centered on screen. So there will be a little bit of setup today. But I grabbed this camera. It is a 1080p camera. The other one was just like a CMOS style sensor, like you get, you know, like a circuit board soldered sensor. This one is a sensor on the circuit board with a screw-on lens, which means it has manual focus. So I have focused it up for about the weld distance, and I have tried to set the brightness and all that jazz. So we'll just flick over there now, and I'll just check it while we're live. So we're going to be welding in this area. Looks like this, and so we'll see what that looks like. The stream is quite delayed for me. I have put a electronic buffer on the camera, so it might be a bit jittery when it's not welding. So see, straight away we need to point it down. It has an external microphone as well. I'm pretty impressed actually. It's a $50 camera. I can't remember the brand, but if anyone's interested, just put a message on the video, and I'll fish out the details. But yeah, we'll tune that up. I should actually keep the stream over here where I could see it, so we can tune that up between scenes. So about there, I can see it. Man, I have a ton of work to do, and the day didn't really facilitate productivity. So right now, I'm just going to be tacking up these Evo 6 air boxes, and I think I've got 4 of them here. So if we can end the night with 4 air boxes welded, I'd be super happy. I don't have any gym commitments tonight, so I can invest a little bit of time here. So yeah, let's get tacking. So it looks like we get almost true to life dynamic range in that camera. The auto darkening, when that auto darkening turns on and off, you can even see color. So I think that's a good, definitely a good upgrade as far as the camera situation goes. The camera even has a built-in ferrite in the cable, which we didn't have previously. So as something's froze, this camera up here has frozen. That has been happening to me more often than it used to, and I think it's because I've relocated it. It used to be on a stand, on a tripod. Yeah, what's happening? This oh, here we go. Program not responding. This is the issue that I thought we might have to deal with tonight. Yeah, the well camera, yeah, looks fantastic. Back view camera locked up. Noted. My streaming software is currently on not responding. So last time this happened, I couldn't come back from it. If I the shitty part is that I can't change screens. Set this stuff down. You can still see it's still broadcasting, which is cool. If it was broadcasting in the welding screen, I'll just keep rolling with it, but what do we do? If I push the welding button, I don't think it works. To respond. Let's just see what happens. Still see the current camera. Yeah, so I can see the chat still on my phone. So that's cool. Things are still working. It does pop up on the computer as well, so it's definitely my streaming software. If I close the program, it ends the stream on this this link. This is not the first time this has happened though. I have this program open twice, and I am also over here. It could be a processing issue with my computer. So I monitor CPU usage and CPU heat and GPU heat, but CPU usage is only sort of 14 to 20%. Far out, man. Yeah, I'm just going to close the program and come back. It's going to cancel out the link that I've shared, but so be it. All right, we are back, but we're not back. I don't even know if we're on. Oh, we are back. Okay, all right, that works. associated with far out, man. Everything associated with a USB. No, everything associated with my USB card is not working. Close the program and come back to stream. So what do I want to know? I want to see if I can get a camera working. My whole camera catalog is missing. And it just comes back to program not responding. I wonder if it needs to do an update. Oh wait. Everything. Oh wait. Everything just came back. Is that live? Is that working? Yes, it is. Yes. Okay. Is that working? That's working. Just check this helmet camera. Yes. And this guy is live. All right. Fuck knows what that is. I mean, if nothing else, we learned that we can close the stream. So if I close the stream, I can actually go in through the back end of the software and find the YouTube live link and then re-stream to that link. So I learned something, if nothing else. I've got no idea what caused that or how we fixed that. But I did anticipate that the stream wouldn't be smooth sailing tonight. But let's just keep on going. So just on those tacks, it looks like the camera could be turned in just a fraction. I'm really glad that I switched out these cameras before I went to the trouble of 3D printing a holder for the old one as well. I think this camera takes up a little bit more room inside the helmet, but a little bit more depth, but less screen space, if that makes any sense. We'll get this mouse out of here as well. And keep on tacking. Okay, looks like everybody's still working. That's awesome. Just going to sort of systematically roll through these. I will sort of commentate on what's going on as it's going on. And can't see my large tool book. Yes, I can. It's way back there. And I'm down to my last. Can I swivel this guy over? So I've just got my filler rods temporary leaning up against the end here. So I've got 3 left in the tube and 1 on the table. I do have a backup pack, like an emergency pack. So I'm never truly out, but where did I order them from? Oh, I placed an order with Hampton for CK parts and just grabbed some filler from them. And for some reason, order went from them in Western Australia to Victoria. The map, so yeah, to and back again. So fingers see it next or 2, but they sent it Australia Post, so yeah, it's just the way it goes sometimes. There was something else. Oh, the chat window is here, yes, and I want that. All right, cool. So these long welds, I really love these welds. Let's see if we can get some nice looking welds tonight. I'm gonna figure out, I can't get comfortable. So let's do the streaming thing. So we are using program number 1. So we're at 90 hertz on this one, and I think I want to up that to 110. Probably go 105 tonight. Negative 28 on the AC balance. We are running square wave. This is 110 amps. And any other settings in any other menus you can find in my other streams, or ask a question in chat. 2% serrated tungsten and a number 5 gas lens. Let's weld. 53 dabs. I wonder if anyone else counts dabs as they go. I find myself doing it from time to time. From what I understand, it's just a pretty normal ADHD thing to do, but 53 dabs on that weld. And if you had asked me how many dabs are there, I'd say about 70. It's real interesting. I find it interesting. It's probably not interesting. I can feel my chair clicking as well. I hope I don't end up on the floor. But got a real nice weld going down there. Nothing much to report. Really good. I like these because we get to look at the penetration as well. Look how smooth that. We're looking here. Look how smooth that penetration is there. Looks bloody beautiful. I never get to see the penetration on my catch cans, obviously, because we can't look inside without a camera. Yeah, let's just get into it. There's quite a gap here, so fit up on this product is a bit weird. So the only thing I care about fitting up is this top joint. So I actually do the fit up with it upside down. Which often leaves gaps at the bottom. So the only thing that matters is the top, because that's where the lid seals. And I actually sell this product with, I have to zoom out to point at it, but over here, let's like get it in frame and then move the part out. This hole here, I provide it with a spacer. It used to be a aluminium spacer, and now I 3D print a fitted spacer. So the bottom of the tank actually gets the shield gets lifted up and only contacts those two mounting points. And then this hole here is provision for the seam on the chassis rail. Guess what I'm saying is the lid is more important than the base on this particular product. And the spacer that I provide with it, I 3D print in ABS, so it can handle the heat of the engine bay. Not that there's that much heat at the air box. And it also has a little nook at the bottom, because a lot of people will hang their boost control solenoids off of that bolt. So I've actually made a little recess so a bracket can slide under there for the boost solenoid to hang off the side. If you've ever received one of these, that's what that's for. I'll put you on a welding screen. Also, this microphone, this new camera has an external microphone, which is actually really good quality. And I'd noticed before when I was talking, normally I talk to myself in the welding screens and you can't hear me. But I noticed that it was picking up my voice, which was really interesting. I didn't pay attention, actually, before I changed the levels, I didn't pay attention to how loud the welding is, but I will this time. not too bad. What happened here to the stream? Okay, yeah, it doesn't look too bad. In the tiny little screen that I'm in. And you may have noticed as well that I'm back to the barbecue gloves. Pretty much nobody is making Kevlar gloves at the moment, so it seems. I had a company that, actually, I think I got an advertisement from them. Because every single place that I can find, I've put myself down as a notify me if they've got Kevlar gloves on their website. And I found a company which was like Workwear 360 or something of that nature. Said they had or could get Kevlar gloves, and I got an email today, unfortunately, saying that their supplier cannot supply. And the only thing they could offer me was some knitted cotton gloves, still heat rated, but not Kevlar. Probably heat rated for warm, not for hot. I didn't look into them. They're not what I'm looking for. So back to the barbecue gloves. I'm keeping the last set of heat-proof gloves that I've got for the days where I do a God, words aren't coming to my mouth. For when I do raw finish products, because these gloves will leave dots on hot parts. Not these dots. If you can see those, they're from a backing sheet that I've been using on my folder. But they do leave. I don't think I can show you, but there's glove dots on this panel here. So yeah, so we're back to barbecue glove. These particular gloves are sold at Bunnings in the welding section, but they are just barbecue gloves. Alright, one down. Penetration looks fantastic in there. Not that it matters, it's nowhere in the vicinity of being a structural part. That's it. So basically, from this point, I will put a lid on it, and I drill this final hole. Because of the folding process, we have one angle here, one welded seam. I don't drill this hole, or I don't machine this hole on the CNC, but I do on the lid, and I go through and manually drill that one before it goes to powder coat. So these just need the tabs cleaned off. I think you can see just at the bottom there the little bit sticking up, so just file out these tabs, and these will be going to powder coat tomorrow. And let's have a look at the welding machine while we weld on this one. This monitor, I've complained about this monitor since the day I bought it down here, but this camera has frozen. Let's see if we can fix that first of all, and then, oh no, it's both of them. Might be my graphics card. Okay, all right. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that because that's all I can see. Does that look? It looks fine. It looks fine to you because the output is fine. I guess we're looking at the monitor only. It's just all red. It may have something to do with this splitter. So, oh, yep, yeah, okay, cool. So that came good. That second monitor did not come good. So we're back to this monitor only. And, oh, I was going to say, and we've lost the chat, but it changes depending on what monitor it recognizes first. Who'd be a live streamer, hey? Probably the same kind of person that would frickin' be in business for themselves. Alright, so now I can't see what you can see, but we will figure it out. Some nights I do this stream and I'm just like, man, I wish I just played video games. Do you know how easy it would be if I just had one camera and a screen capture on my computer? Man, streaming would be a piece of cake. But I'm a welder who wants to stream. So here we are. Let's keep welding. We are down to our last 2 filler rods. Another one done. Again, really nice. We have a frozen camera. I bought that camera in close instead of zooming it in. Can I still haven't investigated putting that on a 1-button reactivate. We'll push him back there and figure out some sort of focus situation. There we go. Yeah, super good penetration. Again, not that we really care about it other than pride. What the heck's going on? This, I really wanted to solve this helmet cable situation. There is no wireless camera that's going to happen with the setup. So what I've done is, let's just break this camera free. How can I see what you see at the same time? Can't. We'll just do it this way. So what I've done is I got this, can you even see that? I've got this bloody clip-on iPod. It's like a iPhone holder, and I've 3D printed a GoPro mount, but that's not the point. That I've clicked the cable into to try and pull it away from me. You can see that I've got a freaking peg holding the cable up because it keeps touching the back of my neck, and just naturally think it's a freaking moth or something. But anyway, why don't you explain some more about how hard your life is? Bloody nice welds on this this heat shield. Really happy with that. 2 down, 2 to go, and we've got 1 3/4 filler rods to go. If it's not evident, I am having a mini competition to see if I can get it done 4 rods. I keep looking at the stream on my phone and wondering why it's not showing what I'm looking at, because it's delayed. That's not too bad. Let's keep welding. Are you in the chat at the moment, Chris? That camera froze again. I wanted to ask what coolant you're using in your machine, in your new machine. I believe we've spoken about it before, but I was thinking about it today, and I think I'm due for a coolant change in my machine. And the only place I know of is down, which I think is down Yatlow, but camera. Can we reactivate this camera? Okay. Yeah, obviously something's wrong with this camera, but I'll sort that out. So, for some reason, has that fixed that? The TV is turned off. Yes, that fixed that. They gave you Miller coolant to use with it. Is that the blue stuff? When I bought my, oh gosh, when I got mine from State of the Arc, and they gave me Penrite antifreeze with it, and it's been the worst thing. I put it in there because I didn't want to mess around with the warranty, and I've done nothing but regret it every time a coolant line pops off. In my old machine, I used to run just that isopropyl and demineralized water mix, sort of what Weldmonger, what's his YouTube, Welding Tips and Tricks recommends, so it doesn't contaminate the part if it does leak on the part. But I don't know if that's a good thing for this. You know, very different when you're using a top machine versus this Kempe machine. So I think to combat this, has that come? Yeah, combat this camera freezing, I'm going to use the other screen that looks at the welder for the last bit, and I just pulled out the last filler rod. I don't think we're going to make it, but we'll see how we go. So the welding camera had frozen as well, I didn't realise. Fortunately, when I reactivate it, unlike the last one, it doesn't lose all its settings, so we're still good. Hey, yes, we're still good. Yeah, again, got some great welds where, I mean, these are all just straight lines, nice and easy. The only real issues are this little tiny hole here. Generally, I have to button off to go around that, and that just has a little cap head. It's really a nicety. I don't think anyone ever uses it, but it's just something. On this one, probably don't need it, but maybe on this style, which is the mathless style, it's worth locking that airbox down Bolting the math on this really holds it into place anyway, the other two mounting points. But same deal, I haven't changed any settings, so still getting great penetration, getting some really nice welds. These parts are finished really nicely and the fit-up's quite good. Everything is pretty great. How we look? What are we doing? We're using screen 2. Down to half a rod, maybe a little bit less than half a rod, and still have the whole base and the little nub at the top. A little bit at the top I can definitely do with the 2.4 filler. Don't think we're going to make it. Don't think we're going to make it, but we'll see how we go. camera's still working. Yes, down to the last 1.5 inches and down to the last 2 inches of weld. So what are the nubs that I've got that long enough, but I think we'll just have to go grab that secret stash. And I got it out the drawer earlier because I was fairly confident we'd have to use it tonight. I buy these, or I bought rather, not buy, but I bought this, where can you see me, over here, this little half length. These are 500 mil, so half length rods, just so I can keep them in a drawer instead of having to store them in a rod holder or something. So I keep these in the drawer of my toolbox usually, but this is the first time I've had to use them, so. Handy, I guess, but really, I guess if I kept up with oil, then I wouldn't have an issue. It's one of those months, 12 months, 2 months. I used to have 2 tubes, two tubes full. So when I opened the second tube, I would reorder for the first tube. But yeah, having this this little secret stash is just the same sort of deal. And this is the 4th and final one that we've got prepped. I do have another 4 more that I haven't liberated from the CNC machine, but it all looks really good. I think that's pretty well in focus. I don't know why, but I really enjoy doing these sort of 45-degree welds. When I encounter them on catch cans, sometimes I don't like them, but on this product, I think they're just a really nice height and just nice and easy to set up and manage the heat and whatnot. So I've got no idea what we've been streaming for 55 minutes, less whatever the timing out or the crashing of the stream was. I do need to weld a couple of fittings tonight. What is the actual time? It's not even 7 o'clock yet. Which it won't take very long, so I will just weld the fittings and weld these 2 halves of this tank together, this R34 tank, which I'll use the rotary cable for. Yeah, it'll be fine. which I moved it all around and I don't know where the switches are. No, I can't get to it. I think it's the back switch now, yes it is. And the foot pedal is here. Okay, so we need 2-10s. So I've abandoned the previous lot of -10s that we had from, who were we getting them from before? Platinum Racing Products, and I've gone back to Speedflow. Going through Platinum Racing Products was really just trying to save some money, to be completely honest. Trying to save some money on fittings, but after the issues we had with them, there was no savings. In fact, it cost me way more than I could have ever saved. So Speedflow will be the only brand I'll be using for the foreseeable future. And I've spoken about it on a stream before. Very hard to show you because of the camera TV situation, but Speedflow, if you've never used them before, Speedflow actually engrave the part number and their brand on their fitting. And I've spoken in the past about branding of parts, and let's take another company's fittings for example. So these ones I'm not attacking at all. These are Velocity Motorsports fittings. They actually make really nice fittings, but no branding on them. So you would never know who made this fitting, which I'm not saying about this company specifically, but no branding to me equals no accountability and or possibly, no, actually I won't say that statement. No accountability for the product, whereas Speedflow pay twice the price for, but the quality is, compared to the last batch that I got, the quality is twice as good. So just at the moment am eating the additional cost in the products, but I think at the financial year definitely going to have to review the pricing of my products. If you go on my website, you'll see that I've begun to have a bit of a review on pricing, but currently leaving pricing as it was, in the form of the products are on sale at the regular price, at the old price, and the non-sale price is what will be the new price, most likely at the financial year. For these guys, I welded some fittings the other day, and I made profile number 9, and I forget what it was, but I was having a bit of fun with it. So it's Optima Wave, 140 hertz, and we're at 180 amps, which we need to drop that down to, let's go 145. So we need to be under 150 amps if we're going to use that TIG wear cup in the future. So we may as well play with the settings now in anticipation. Yeah, so I guess Speedflow is still Australian made. I actually have to buy it from a reseller, so not only is it supporting all the jobs at Speedflow, but all the jobs at the reseller as well. Currently, I'm not able to buy directly from Speedflow, so I'm not sure if that's worth the investment ultimately of stock holding and the MOQ, but definitely on my radar for the future. But yeah, so Speedflow or nothing. I guess it's a little bit like, I don't know, like just the quest to support small Australian businesses is sort of like, it's a noble ethos for the business, but also doesn't guarantee that I'm getting the best parts for my products. So I'm really, I guess, having a hard time with balancing that idea of my financial expenditure as the business contributing to small manufacturers in this country, like I am, versus you know, the products that I receive from these small businesses. And yeah, I'm really struggling, I think, I guess, just to get personal, but really struggling with I don't really know what I'm trying to say lightly, publicly, but yeah, really struggling with the reality versus the ethos that is the business ethos, yeah, the business motto. But yeah, I guess, yeah, it's too hard to have that conversation one-sided publicly, so I'll leave it at that. Okay, so I love the look of these settings. I guess in the past we have very much exclusively used pulse settings on the fittings. This one here has a tiny little flange, so I use the 1.6 filler and this 140 Hz setting, and I really like how clean that is. It's got a weird little situation on the etching zone, which I could probably drop that over. I was going to say down, but I don't fully register how this freaking setting works on this machine. It partly doesn't seem to matter what I set it to. So I'm going to weld the -6 on first. I think the other thing with running speed flow versus these small manufacturers is, as much as I don't like that their products come individually packaged, they are ready to weld out of the package, as opposed to everywhere else I've ever bought them from, they're covered in cutting fluid. And generally I will run them through the sonic cleaner before I put them on shelf for welding. But with SpeedFlow, they're just good straight out of the packet. I definitely went the wrong way on the AC balance, so I'll up it up to 31. Gets me every time. It always, like, because I go penetration and heat, like what's the effing difference? It's a rhetorical question, but obviously very welcome for dialogue. Okay, and the other thing with these fittings, where are you guys? You're here, is world camera locked up. Thank you. Let's fix that. All right, that should be more like it. I had a misstart on the arc, and I did think it's probably balked one of the cameras, but it's quite the precarious situation. I don't even think I'm in the vicinity of center. No. Can I? No. Now that I've twisted this welding table back around, I could really set my laser pointer back up again. I took it down because I was welding across this sideways here with nothing above me. But now I've got railing above me. So I'm going to try welding this one with the 1.6 filler as well. We'll see how that goes. If I put you guys up over here somewhere, and now that we're not using this camera as like putting the welding helmet on and off all the time, I might be able to go back to autofocus too. I mean, of course we all saw that happening with that stupid angle. Obviously, the fitting just slid down into the tungsten. Just pop that tungsten out. That's our first one tonight. Which I don't think I've tried this high amperage, not that it's that high, but this 140 amp setting with the serrated tungsten either. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I sort of said on Instagram the other day, like, why have I not heard about seriated? Like, why has it not been on my radar before? And I had a ton of people reach out to say that they love it and they use it, which still makes me wonder, like, why the heck do we talk about 2% lanthanated and laser and E3 all the time if all these people are using seriated? I mean, I know a couple of them why they're using E3, but yeah. But every oh gosh, I should have stopped at the frickin' air boxes. All my cameras have locked up. Have they been locked up this whole time? This camera, this main camera, is the one. Yeah, it's done it again. It makes my program freeze when it locks up. Which you can't see anything because it's all frozen. I think we're back just without cameras. Yes, we are. Yeah, I don't know what this if we go to this camera, I think we started here last time. No. Audio's here. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, there's something really wrong. So we are streaming, we are live, we can't access the cameras, we can't access the back end of the streaming software at all. Okay, we should be back. We should be back in audio at the moment. Let's click this and let's go up here. Yeah, there's something really wrong, and it's something to do with the USB. But I should be able to get maybe the welding camera. No, I can't get any of the cameras to come live again. Let's try with the M50 and see if we can get that to come back. No. No. All right, well, if nothing else, we've learnt that we can cycle in and out of the stream and it keeps using the same link, which is awesome. None of the cameras, so anything connected to a USB will not activate. I can unplug them and plug them back in. That's a lie, actually, because my mouse that I'm using is plugged into the USB. So that's not accurate, is it? All right, well, I guess this is the end of the stream. All right, yeah, I'm back here again. I am going to see if the program needs to be updated, but I'm going to end the stream because it's taking more time than than it's worth. I can't even get into. Oh wait, no, I can't even get into a screen to put a picture up. We're back. I think we're back. But all the same, this is going to be the end of the stream. So let's jump into here. Awesome. Everybody who came along, Chris, thank you so much for struggling. I don't know if the stream is always difficult because I say ahead of time it's going to be difficult, or if I just know it's going to be difficult and it works out that way. It's chicken and the egg situation. But everyone who came along tonight, thank you so much for checking out what I'm doing. Really happy with how the setup's coming along, apart from these little teething issues that we're getting, but I promise over time we will get on top of these. And I just want to recap that on yesterday's stream we tested out the TIG Wear cup, and we are going to be retesting with an updated product. I just feel a little bit guilty that it ended on a little bit of a negative vibe. Coming up in future streams, I'd love to know what you'd like to see. If you see more of tonight, we assembled the air boxes from parts to the welding, and I have noticed that in recent streams I haven't been sort of critiquing the welds and doing anything educational, and I'd like to get back into doing that. I am very mindful of all these things. But streaming's hard, I guess, is where I'll leave it. Anyway, anyone who watches the VOD after the stream was live, you guys freaking rock as well. Leave a comment, hit the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. It actually helps me out. And I'm going to see you tomorrow, and we're going to weld some R32 catch cans, which I'm really looking forward to. Have a good night, everyone.